Вы готовы, дети?
Да, капитан!
Я не слышу!
Так точно, капитан!
Го!
Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze!
Huh? Is it just Paimon? Huh? Did you hear that? It seemed like it came from those Uh-oh. It looks like the I'll take care of it.
There's no end
Let's
to
dance.
this. You're open. You're open. You're open. Cool it.
No one escapes my sight.
Oh, so sorry.
Go, Barbara, go!
Dodge this. Disappear. Windblade.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
You're open.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell. Those treasure hoarders.
Aw, it was nothing.
I understand. Don't worry. Don't say that. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer.
Wait a moment. Actually,
Oh? And what?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty...
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry. Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go.
Great! I'm on sugar-frosted slime.
Fascinating.
I'll protect us. Barbara, go! Go, Barbara, go! Hey there! A guy called Mung Dan told us that
Uncle Mung already told me about it. Thank you, book. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Mung. If anything were to happen to him, here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's already been...
Yep. Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure, please help yourselves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be... It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Careful.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decor...
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this...
The key here is consumer.
According to Kuching, this is... Excuse me, do you sell the...
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuhan.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from
Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks.
Oh no, it's nothing.
This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of... I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon. One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence. As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to one.
Wait, was
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours. At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
You weren't peeking on it.
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2000. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Tevat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days. Gods that failed to seize. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between... Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played... That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spy...
Who's this enemy you're talking...
What do you think, traveler?
Huh? What are you
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive...
all. Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first. Natural.
Ooh, isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's...
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets, but the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? If possible, but if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... You'd pick Kuching? I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Chising, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind, but after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Chising don't want to face that truth, well, I must say that quite a few of my... I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be Indeed. It seems that you understood what I called for the gag order and for the exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's...
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Chising only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other...
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
It's all right. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this?
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for... One of the sheets on that wall! Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of paper will sell for... Just imagine. How much more... Let's grab one! The biggest one! Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious... La 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 la. Let's see what... Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us feel... Sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research, copy. Huh? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Chising spy... Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. Spreading rumors, but research on the Sigil of Permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out. Oh, you really... Well, should we not go then? Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang? That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon... anyway, we'll see if you're on this. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the...
Frostbite.
Let the show begin.
Freeze.
Not breaking a sweat!
Wind blade.
Let it rain.
This should be fun!
Cool it. What's the...
Let's move. Have a load of this.
Freeze. Wind blade.
Hey!
No slacking off!
Cool it.
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us too.
Isn't time for a break yet!
Oh, so sorry. Wind blade.
Shouldn't get careless.
Wind blade.
Let's dance.
Cool it. Disappear.
Shouldn't get careless. Use this first.
Let the show be.
Dodge this.
No escape.
Use this first.
Wind blade. Freeze.
That's
Let's dance.
Cool it. This moment will be frozen.
use this first.
Freeze.
What an annoyance.
What's the hurry?
That seemed to work.
I'll protect us.
This is trouble.
Cool it.
La 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 la.
Dodge this.
This first.
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper, too. Paimon's seen this pattern. Oh, Paimon knows. But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like... Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine power. Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission in hopes of achieving a similar... Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty deep. And the plot thickens. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We got it. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is... Let's go!
Understood.
Right on time. I myself, did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty and expensive.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Leo. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly. Yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuha...
Oh. So you also met with Kuchi?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liuechi's...
No respect. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Kuching, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least. No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with...
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have... Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people... Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. That's correct.
So how good is your singing? Really? Why doesn't Paimon...
We'll only know once he starts singing.
Whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
This moment will be frozen in time. Disappear! Dodge this!
Get him!
Wind blade! What's the hurry?
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of party?
Unfortunately,
That's so late.
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lily?
Oh, hey, it's... What's her face?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name. Ah, that reminds me.
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way?
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really...
Something seems a little... She's acting different from the first time we met.
Oh, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But...
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows.
Oh, sorry, we shouldn't have brought it.
No, it's quite all right. I just have... When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first. The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis... This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
so what do you think of this?
Huh? This... As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed...
Huh? Did you...
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, let's save that conversation for another day. I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, if you would excuse me.
And that just about does it. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, so you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left...
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen... Alright, I think it's about time... acidic gate is swarming with Millilith and... the Fatui?
This atmosphere is highly abnormal.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We must...
Desperate time?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but however, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor...
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the...
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui...
That's all Ningguang's. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between... Neither path is an...
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities.
Things are taking a turn. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Consider your next course of action carefully, traveler.
Having connections with the... So what does Zhongli mean by looking... Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants... He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something. But where could we find... Where would he go at a time like this?
can do this!
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancy? This is where all of Tevat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. Good thing, but even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora, it's like a dream come true. Oh, right, that gets quiet. Too quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon, quick! We have to go make sure that the...
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find... Don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted stopping the Mora mints, hiding away the Exuvia.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, she will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to... The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stick either way. We now come to my favorite part. A simple... the battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking...
You could say... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly, instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her... When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her act. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway. Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the
You're cut above.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't...
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes, but if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in
Pretty sure that's not the normal way...
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps, in fact, it might be that the Exuvia was
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also wealth. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. Unfortunately, We cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyan's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the GR Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely... But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have... Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It has...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chisi.
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pin...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion...
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guardian...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fan, and as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an...
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength. We haven't a moment to spare. Yep.
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen.
Fulfill my duty.
Time. Freeze!
I see through you. Looks like I went too far. That's
Cool it! Freeze!
No escape!
You can't run! Well, neither can I.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Cool it! Oh, so sorry.
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many victories too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is Adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time until you're cursed! Wow, it's a not-in-pain shockwave! This granny's really strong!
You're not going anywhere! Don't get in the
Dodge this! Cool it! This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze!
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle. What's the...
Send this quickly. This is
The sun's shine.
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this! Cool it!
with the wind!
Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak!
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
This moment will be frozen in time. Freeze! Cool it!
Not breaking a sweat!
Over here!
The more, the dodge this!
No one escapes my sight!
No longer. Some quiet. Cool it! Oh, so sorry.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can...
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came?
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that—
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity, as Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already—
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not— Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never—
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat the—
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was—
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks, and thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call more. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again... Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist but how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power once we...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is...
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis, but we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhang Li's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.